Hi, everybody. Happy new week. I hope that everyone is doing great, and I hope that um, all is well on your end. I'm sending light and love to everyone back home in Nigeria at this time. I'm reading everything on the internet, the hardship of the economy, and it's really heartbreaking to know that people are having to deal with so much at this time. I'm sending you light and love, and I hope that things will get better for folks back home. So today I will be chatting with none other than TV host Tope Mark-Odigie, and we're going to be talking about a passion for real estate entrepreneurship and 10 years on TV. That's big deal. As a media girl, I know what it means to hit a milestone. 10 years, and Tokwe has been on TVC for 10 years. And, so I cannot wait to speak with her. But beyond that, I hope everybody is fine. I hope that, you're keeping safe at this time. My heart really, really goes out to everybody back home in Nigeria. Olaiton Toyos, yes, I see your comment, Olaiton. I agree with you. It is well. It is well. I woke up this morning to a message, from somebody that I really love in the industry. And the person was lamenting, one of our staff sold her phone because she couldn't make it to the office. There was no money, for transport. So she had to sell the phone. Like it was that bad. And that was the nudge I needed. I mean, I've been hearing stuff, but that was just the nudge I needed to say, listen, we've got to do something. We all have to support one way or the other. I mean, I don't have a magic wand that could, provide food and money for everybody, but I'm willing to use my platform to, just for social good and support folks out there. So if you are watching this right now and you are experiencing any form of hardship due to the economic state in Nigeria, please know that you are not alone. You are in my thoughts, and I am praying for you. And I hope that God, in His infinite mercy, would send help to everyone. Please let me know in the comment section how you are doing. How are you doing? Let me know. Gladys, Justina, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? Let me know in the comments. How are you doing? What's happening? Let me know in the comment section. I would love to read from you guys, to know how you all are doing right now. Please let me know in the comments. Listen, we are in this together. We are in this together. And, I might be in Canada, but um, my blood throughout is who's a Nigerian right now, and it would always be. I went through the comments on my post, that I posted earlier today, and a tear dropped just reading those comments, seeing how hard it is for people at this time. So let me also just encourage us, please be kind to people. Be kind to people. It's a very, very delicate season. If you can't help people, don't judge them. And for those who also need help, don't take advantage of anybody. Please don't take advantage of anyone, please, right? And if people say no, if you reach out to people and they say no, or they tell you they cannot help you, keep it moving. Don't get nasty. Don't feel entitled. Yes, like Oye Yipo Boluwati first said, take it one day at a time. All right. The truth about life is that while kindness, is the right thing to do, it's not everybody that understands the language of kindness, right? So we need to learn how to be kind to ourselves first and program your mind in a way that you're not dependent on whatever support anyone is going to give you, right? And you won't take no as rejection, but a redirection. Right. Thank you so much for letting me know how you're doing. Gladys, not easy at all. We are just trying to be brave because of our kids. I know, right? I'm sending you love, Gladys. We are taking one day at a time. Might as well with it's so tight. What's the cost of Can somebody please let me know? I want to know the cost of bag of rice, cost of beans, cost of yam. Let me know in the comments because I have an idea of the rice being $80,000, but I'm sorry, 80,000 naira. I'm so sorry, I'm used to Canada, right? But I mean, I don't have an idea of the cost of other things. Like I only know the rice because the rice is always trending, like 80,000 bag of rice. So let me know in the comment section. I'm going to address it, after the show. My guest is here. The big media babe, let me call her that, who is doing big things. She's a multi-entrepreneur, and I'm very, very proud of her. She's here to join us on stage. And here I'm going to invite her to the stage. Hi, sis.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
That's good. That's good. Thank you for
Good to see
joining
you.
us. Same here. I mean, look at you. I know that from TV today. Please tell me your itinerary. The other day I was watching your Instagram and I said, does this woman have time to rest sometimes? Because what's your itinerary like?
Yeah.
Like what you're doing?
So at least three to four times in a week, I start my day very early with school runs. From dropping off the kids, I go to the studio. After the studio, I then go to my business where I am till it's time, maybe like in the evening, depending on a busy day, I can be in my office till 9 p.m. On a day not so busy, I can rush back home around so what I've realized in recent times is I have a window of an hour to sleep before the kids get back. So I grab that 1 hour of a nap, and I know that I'm awake till around 11 p.m. So it's about understanding your body. Don't wait until the body shuts down before taking rest in between. But I tell people that you don't expect it to get easier. If you want to live a life of impact, you want to live a life where you are adding value, you are not going to expect that suddenly you'll be sleeping the way someone who doesn't have the responsibility of lifting millions out of poverty is going to sleep. So it just depends on finding that balance.
Powerful. Finding the balance. Amazing. Thank you for sharing
Yeah.
that. And I hear you when you talk about school runs. I remember school runs back in Nigeria when we used to live in Magodo, and I will go quickly drop my children off, and you have to get back, and sometimes you're stuck in traffic. And sometimes in those mornings too, you just want to quickly just drop them off and get back, but then the traffic just comes to you like, whoa, and you're like, okay, this is Lagos. So well done.
It's about planning. It's about planning. I put
Yes.
my kids in a school very close to me. It was intentional.
Okay.
My office is within where I live, also intentional.
Okay.
BBC Studios is very close to where I live, also intentional.
Okay.
So I think
I
it's important
remember.
for people to plan. Yes,
I
plan your
remember
life.
when there was an issue and Oga spoke out when there was that infamous issue back then. And Oga had to like go all out, and I remember I followed through. Yeah. That's amazing. I mean, the proximity of everything to you is beautiful. So you can just stroll to school, stroll to work, grab the children, get back home. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And how was your program? The Game Changer Conference.
The Game of Money Conference.
Okay,
So the Game of Money Conference was a huge success. We had almost 1,000 people in the premises. I'm still waiting. I'm sure they will send me the message, but we had over 2,000 people streaming, over 2,000 unique streams of people through the conference. The feedback has been phenomenal.
Wow.
People got what I wanted them to get. And it
Good.
was extremely important for me. Yes, because I had a vision of what I wanted to achieve. I wanted to equip people with the tools they needed to be able to manage their money effectively. And it informed the kind of speakers we put together. And our focus was on where the money was coming from and how to increase the money, manage the money well. So we focused on their people's employment and their source of income, which is either you are employed or you are self-employed or you are a business owner. And we had a mix of all those audience who
Wow.
came very energetic and ready to put their learn. And the feedback was they didn't want to leave. We ended the event about past 5 and the hall was still full. People, I was thinking, oh, people are tired, they should go home. They were still waiting though. So for me, it was a big deal that we were able to execute the conference in such a way that truly added value to the people that we were trying to reach out to.
That's good. And I mean, with the lineup of speakers you have, one would expect that kind of energy from the crowd. And, you know, it's safe to say that when you have powerful speakers who know their stuff and onions, the energy is different because they're not reading, they're speaking from experience, their wealth of knowledge and expertise. Hi, no, Pastor Olumide Emmanuel. And when I saw him on the flyer, I was like, yeah, because I'm a foundational member of Calvary Bible Church. When I was young, yes, he knows me like the powers. I started with him when we were at Idimo, by the roadside, before they moved to the property inside. And now Calvary is in Lekki, I believe Calvary is in the US. So when I saw Pastor Olumide on the flyer, I'm like, okay, yes. And I was telling my friend,
it's my powerful mentor.
Oh my God, Pastor started talking about real estate as far back as 20 years ago. Like way back, before people took it as a thing. You know, he would dynamite forum, he would talk about it, wisdom for singles, he would talk about it. Don't think you are too young to own a land, start paying small, just do something. And to see that, you know, he's not just a pastor alone, but a thought leader and a business owner who is thriving. I'm so proud. So proud. So well done, sis.
Yeah.
Well done.
You know, if you will know how people's life would go based on the people they look up to.
Yes.
And people that are speaking over their life or speaking to them.
Yes.
You know, as I was writing the dedication and acknowledgement of my book, and I was like, oh, let me acknowledge my mentors. I don't choose mentors by Instagram and Facebook. I choose mentors based on the evidence that they have, the true evidence of how they built it. What worked for them was based on integrity, and there was legitimacy to what they are saying, not those that are saying what they are not doing. I was intentional. So I'm a Daystar member, and so I would always acknowledge Pastor Sam and Pastor Nikki Adeyemi. And then when I was going to go on my journey when I was going to achieve entrepreneurial growth, I needed someone in that line, and it was very divine that I got in touch with Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. And it was very instrumental, and it's important that you choose someone you're listening to. I'm not for everybody. Dr. Olumide is not for everybody. There will be someone for you, but you need to find a voice that you can obey, a voice that you can be. If the person says jump, you can just say, how high should I jump? Where should I go to? You need people like that who have evidence of growth and success, and they can guide you in the right direction. Extremely important.
Yeah, that's a powerful one. And believe me, you know, when you have a foundation like knowing people like Pastor Olumide Emmanuel, there is a mindset shift that, you know, happens to you. I went through all the sessions of Wisdom for Singles, Dynamite Forum in my early years, you know, and real estate was a thing in my head. But I was young at the time, so there was always the part of people buying land in the church, members buying land, plugging into one opportunity or the other. And I wouldn't be surprised if there are a lot of millionaires right now in Calvary Bible Church, because to be honest with you, that way back. So when I saw him on your flight, I said, "I God, do I miss that I'm not in Lagos." That I could be in the hall, you know, not just watch live, but just be in the hall to experience Pastor speak again. Because I know when Pastor starts speaking, it goes all the way
fire.
up.
It was fire.
Thank you so much for sharing that, and I'm happy that you have, you know, such amazing individuals in your corner. What would you consider as the highlight of, you know, your just concluded event? What was the highlight for you?
The highlight of the event for me was getting the feedbacks from people about how they couldn't have spent that this was the best Saturday, this was the best decision for them to spend the day at the conference. Not one, not two, even those that joined online.
Yep.
The comments from the YouTube streaming platform we used, even WhatsApp messages to me, comments on Facebook, on Instagram. Like I've not finished reading half of the comments. And for me, that's the highlight because the goal was to impact lives. I've
Yeah.
always had the hunger. I've always known that my life is not about me. So it's always been a case of let's find the best vehicle to impact lives. And I've tried makeup to do that. I've tried scholarship trainings for makeup artists to do it. I've tried real estate, and I found that okay, with real estate, I can reach out to more people because, like Dr. Lumide Manuel says, every human being has a business with real estate. Even if you are not in the business of real estate, you have a business with real estate.
Okay.
I'm inside the house. You are inside the house. Doctors need a house. Lawyers need it. Like every human being needs a house. Their business needs a building. So you are into real estate, even if you are in the business of real estate, even if you're not into it as a trade. So I found that with real estate, I could reach out, I could fulfill the yearning in my spirit and reach out to a lot of people. So it was a win-win. Now, the conference was there's a lot of groaning in the country. A lot of complaints, a lot of groaning, a lot of lament. And the best way to reach out to people, to address the challenges that I know people are going through, is to give them the tools. Did everyone get the tools? I'm not sure. But for some people, they got what they needed.
Okay.
They got what they needed. I've still gotten some messages of people begging me for money, even after that conference, which I did not expect. But people will still be human beings. Will be human beings. It's not everybody that would understand it. But what we wanted to achieve was to help people to know that there's money within your environment. Don't wallow in lamentation. Take responsibility. Carry your, in our local words, carry your kaya and enter the streets. And one of our speakers, Sumi Smart Francis, was like, let me teach you from the lessons from a beggar. Do not be scared. Beggars are not afraid. Beggars are not ashamed. Beggars are not scared of receiving no. So I didn't think people would take that lesson and become beggars. I thought they would take that lesson and become. Some people took that lesson and felt that it means, let me beg for what I want. I'm not ashamed. What? Esther, somebody came to me, my sister, I'm not joking. Somebody came to me inside my DM and said, after attending that conference, I have to be courageous to ask you for what I want. I need a car. He says, so in case you just have that I know there are people that have cars lying around that they're not using it, that I'll be able to use it to raise the money I need to raise. I said, fantastic. I'm happy that you are courageous and fearless. Continue asking around. In the meantime, before hunger will finish you, as you are asking around, what skill do you have in your hand? What skill do you have that you will now be marketing everywhere? Or rather, you come and meet me and say, oh, TM, come and let me do your hair for you, or let me clean your house for you, or let me do something. Not saying, come and dash me car so that I can be doing Uber everywhere. That's not creative. That's not what we're trying to achieve. So it just shows you that people can listen to a lesson and be getting something different. Somebody else was sending a message that I love that session. I am not going to be shy. I'm going to market my business. I will carry the matter the way beggars will be looking at your face and continue saying, give me, give me, give me, give me. That was the value. But somebody else listened to it and thought of begging for a car. You see?
A car. The dynamics of our listening here is so like I'm sorry, I had to laugh because I'm like, I didn't know where the conversation was going. So now oh my god, you need to post. I would love to see when you guys start posting the post events publicity and all that. It will be like a cut from that session with Sumi Smart.
Yes.
You should use it as a correctional tool to let folks know this is not an invitation for you to slide in the DM, and start asking me money or to buy you a car, like in Jesus' name. Okay, thank you so much. All right, everybody, thank you. So I'm sure you've enjoyed this conversation so far. You see, that's the power of the media. When media people are talking, it just flows easily. I've not even
Yeah.
introduced her. So for those who don't know Tope Mark-Odigie, I'm just going to read a very powerful profile, very short. Tope Mark-Odigie is, sis, did I call your last name properly?
Odigie, yes.
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 Tope Mark-Odigie is a Nigerian wealth investment coach and TV presenter. She is the co-host of the popular breakfast TV show Your View. She's popularly known as TMO and the CEO and founder of Reb 360 Limited, a real estate development company based in Lagos, Nigeria, but also doing global stuff. Right. So my first question for you today, I mean, we've just talked about, the events, the impact of the events. I want to ask you, how did you start your journey into entrepreneurship? And what led you to register Rep 360?
So there are two. Thank you so much for that question. There are two different questions. I've always been an entrepreneur. I don't think that I think that as a teenager, I grew up. My maiden name is Utubela, and I grew up in a family of entrepreneurs. There are two things my family do: is entrepreneurship and the force, either police, immigration, custom. I had uncles in all of those places, and they were very successful. And immediately they retired, they became entrepreneurs. And the other family members never did any other thing; they were just entrepreneurs. So I just sort of always knew that I was going to be an entrepreneur. That was like my path. And so I would say I've never written a job application letter in my life. It was not, I just never happened. I've always been resourceful and I knew I was going to solve problems. Now, going into real estate, Rep 360 was registered 7 years before we used the company for what it's being used for. You know the way God designs life. God would give you the name ahead of the baby, or give you the name ahead of, like, it was just very divine. So my husband and I were just having a conversation, and we're like, oh, let's think about we need to register a company. You love media, you love entrepreneurship, you're currently using Ijewere, but there are other things you want to do. I wanted to do a conference at the time, the Sexually Confident Woman Conference. And I needed a company to use to push my other interest. So we registered Rep 360 then. We used it as a vehicle for the Sexually Confident Woman Conference, the first and the second one. But after doing that conference, I just felt in my spirit that I don't want to grow. I don't see myself being known as the woman that teaches about sex. Yes, I will talk about sex for marriage. I can counsel people one-on-one about being confident, but I don't want that to be my brand. So I did not continue that conference. You know how you can cancel something that is successful because it does not align with your goals, it doesn't align with your vision, and it's not where God is taking you to. So it was a discerning moment for me. So I canceled it. And when I was going to go into real estate, it happened in 2020. We all know what happened in 2020. There was a lockdown. Makeup and Your View were my main financial stay. And after the lockdown, the stories of life happened. You need to get resourceful. Makeup people were not going to parties anymore. It wasn't the usual. And you need to find something else that was going to help you to manage the realities of the moment. So that was how from makeup I started doing micro shading, and it was also divine because God prepared me ahead for micro shading. I was in US just before COVID. I came into Nigeria January 2020, and I had the skill to make money. But during COVID, many people started learning. We were going to do Coursera, Udemy, and we're doing all these courses. I got to meet Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. It was a regular on Your View.
Okay.
And it was a regular on Your View, and based on the show, he gave me a book. That book was School of Money.
Yeah.
When I read that book, I realized that I was on a long journey to wealth. Like, no matter how much money I was going to make in makeup, based on what I have had track record of doing for 12 years, it was going to be a long journey. I needed to reevaluate. Many people read books, they listen to people, but they don't take the necessary changes. They don't make necessary changes in their life. They wait too long. while talking to Dr. Lumide Emmanuel, and I realized Dr. Lumide I'll give the illustration that he gave. He said, it's like all of you are going to Abuja. Your wealth destination is Abuja, because he asked me, how much money do you feel you need to do what God has called you to do?
Mm-hmm.
It's like all of you are.
Please go
So
on.
I told him, he said, if your wealth destination is Abuja, that and somebody is flying to Abuja, somebody is taking a bus to Abuja, somebody is taking a bike to Abuja, somebody is riding bicycle to Abuja, and another person is walking to Abuja. All of us will get to Abuja last, but the condition of how we get there will be different. The speed of how we get there will be different. Now, if he likened my career path of makeup to being like on a motorcycle to Abuja. It's still going to be a long journey. It will not be as fast as a car. It will not be as fast as a plane. He said there are vehicles that you have in your arsenal that would take you there like a plane. Think about it. So I thought about it. I got his number, sent him a message. I wanted him to mentor me. And like I always advise people, when you don't know what to do, seek knowledge, attend courses, go for programs, attend trainings. So I think there's another person you might know. His name is Pastor Ijewere.
Yeah.
So he does this conference. He does Ijewere Leadership Bootcamp. So I went to Ijewere Leadership Bootcamp in November 2020. The cost of that program was far higher than I could afford. The only way I could get there was by volunteering. So I sent him a message. Pastor Nee, let me be your MC. I can moderate your panel for free, just because I wanted to be in that room. So I volunteered my way to the room, and I met my entrepreneurship. And when I met him and I listened to him, because I've been praying about this is my way, because he spoke about real estate, and he spoke about how real estate brought him into wealth over a short period of time. Mentioned his mentor was Dr. Lumide Emmanuel, someone that I was already saying mentor me. And I said, I'm going to get your number. Let's talk. So I went to meet him, no beating around the bush. Oga, I want to do real estate. How can I do this thing well? I have done this for the past few years. I have this skill set. I broke down my skill set. I am eloquent. I'm good with marketing. I can be a good people's person. I have integrity. When I finished, he said, this was our raw material as well. You have what it takes to succeed. And I signed a partnership with him to be a realtor with him, and I was selling his properties. And I was one of the highest salesperson in 2021 when we started. My first money I made from real estate, I put it into another training with Dr. Lumide Emmanuel, a proper training with 1 year mentorship. And I went to meet him. I said, Dr. Lumide, now I'm into real estate. I want to do your real estate masterclass, and I want to go into real estate development. He said, okay, that's what you want. Go ahead. And he gave me all the support I needed. I paid for the coaching, I paid for the mentorship, and went into training. One of the things I feel about life is when you see the road that you need to follow, don't look back at the past. Don't look towards the side at the thorns around you. Don't look at what is tripping your leg. Just keep running. Just keep on moving. The moment I realized that I was using motorbike to be going to the Abuja destination, I knew I needed a different path. So it was 1, prayers, 2, courageous action. At the moment I feel this person says, do this, I will jump and do it. If you say, okay, why don't you go to the site? Many people that do real estate that are selling for other people, they only go for site inspection on the days the company is taking you there. It's like you are pausing your income until the day the company is ready to pay you. I didn't wait. I didn't ask my mentor to take me to the site. I didn't ask for his engineer to take me to the site. By myself, I found my way. When he saw my video on Facebook, he sent me a message and I said, you mean you found your way to that place? I said, yes, sir. And you did not call me. I said, no, sir. You described the place and I went. That is the attitude of an entrepreneur. That is the attitude of someone that wants to get something done. You don't wait. You move, you act. And that's been my story with real estate. It was a conscious, courageous move to say that I want a better life for myself and I want to help others to achieve the same thing as well.
Amazing. That's powerful. See, I didn't even know the story was coming to an end. I was enjoying the storytelling, because just the trajectory of everything, it's quite inspiring. It was almost as if the opportunities were there for you. You just needed to be prepared. And the preparation came with you being intentional from one person to the other, So what would you say stood out for you when you reached out to Dr. Olumide Emmanuel? What really stood out for you? What was that, value you saw in him, aside him being a business person? And I'm asking this because you said something about mentorship. Because sometimes people feel like everybody who is popular can be a mentor. So what was that value you saw to say, no, this thing resonates with me and I want Doctor to be my mentor?
So, well, I am a faith-based person. I believe in the power of God. I believe that there's a spiritual element to my life, and when I met Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, it was at the point in my life when I knew that it was necessary to change something. So what I did was to say, anyhow, let me engage this man. What I saw in him was that he was not speaking plenty English grammar. It was a simple approach. It was practical. It wasn't saying something that would require, it wasn't talking to people that have hundreds of millions or tens of millions. It was talking to people that had raw materials. And when I read the book, I understood the stories of many people. Like, he had lifted many other people through his teachings. So I knew that, okay, this person knows the way and he can teach the way. So people know the way, they don't want to teach the way. So for a mentor, you need someone that knows the way and is willing to teach you the way. So that was very, very crucial for me. But still, I went ahead to find a female mentor because I wanted to be able to, the way your mind, our limiting beliefs will make us feel like it might not be easy because I'm a woman, or it might not be easy because I have children. So I needed to find someone who was like me, a mother who had children and who had a calling on her life and was doing real estate. So I found two people, Udo Konjo of Fine and Country, and then I found Grace Ofore. And at the time, Udo Konjo had a mentorship program that was $10,000. I did not have the money to do that one. So I had to find someone that was closer to me. Whose mentorship was something whose training I could pay for and get involved in. And that was how I reached out to Grace Ofore, who became my prayer partner, my counselor, my mentor. And the story has been intentional. Intentionally, I design what I want to achieve. And I seek the people that would help me to achieve it.
That's amazing.
And that's always been my journey.
That's amazing.
I find out, okay, this is something I want, and I see that can help me achieve it. So later when I met him, he has people that had gone through real estate and they succeeded. I trained this person 10 years ago, and now you can see him is a billionaire. I trained this person 10 years ago. Now you can see him. To answer your question specifically, Dr. Olumide could point to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are billionaires that could say that when I met him, I did not know what millions smelled like, and now I'm in billions. Yes. So I knew that this person has evidence. This person can help me to get to where I'm going to. Yes. That was it.
I mean, even hearing you speak right now, I wish I was I tapped into it back then in church. He
can still mentor you right now. I know 2 people came from Qatar to attend our last program.
Wow.
Somebody came from the UK to attend our last program. For the program Dr. Olumide did, reach out to him.
I'll reach out to him. Maybe I'll get
his details. I'll share it.
Yeah, I follow him on Facebook. But I mean, hearing you talk about it now, and me just having that foundational from him when I was young, and hearing the result, and not just hearing from you, seeing the result of what the mentorship has done to you and will continue to do to you, your career and your person. I'm really inspired. Honestly, I'm really, really inspired. So that brings me to the next question. I've spoken for myself. Now, for other people who want to go into real estate, investment, what would you advise them? Because I mean, it's like the key word out there right now is either tech or real estate. So what would you advise somebody who wants to go into real estate? How should they start?
Okay.
What are the steps they should take?
What I will start by saying is, one, people should not believe there's only one way to make money. Real estate is not the only way to make money. Tech is not the only way to make money. You can make money you can become wealthy as anything you choose to. People make money from selling paper clip. You can make money from selling books. You can make money from anything. So if you first lift that one off, you don't need to become a real estate developer. You can be a real estate investor. So, but if you want to play in the real estate space, the first thing I'll say is get into training, get into mentorship. You need to gather the first set of money you will use to invest in yourself. Your self-development is your most important development. In some quarters, you will serve your way. That's why I told my story with the breakdown, because I know what I did. I know how I got the knowledge. I served my way into some rooms. I was MC to get into some rooms. So I looked at the raw materials I have. Somebody watching right now, look at the raw materials you have. Maybe your raw material. There's a lady I'm mentoring. She did not pay for mentorship, or you don't pay for mentorship. She did not pay for training. But she came to my office and said, I will work for you for free. And I said, I don't want anybody. I don't want anyhow work. I want people that have value. And guess what? She has proven over and over again that she has value in organization, in writing, in all those stuff. And what she's becoming is big. But what you need to start in real estate is to pay the school fees, so you don't pay the school fees. Let me explain that. There's something they call you pay school fees. If you make some expensive mistakes, you are paying an expensive school fees. But if you paid ahead to get the training, you will not have to pay those expensive school fees.
Powerful.
So pay the school fees so you don't have to pay the school fees. Learn from other people's experience so that you're not forced to learn in an expensive way from your own experience. So mentorship, training on real estate. Don't go in blind. Don't go in because you hear they are doing it, even go and try my luck. You will try your luck and get into problems. EFCC will carry the person. So getting it right is extremely important. Getting someone that is guiding you or speaking over you, and doing a lot of research.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that. And I hear you when you say don't just jump into it. Get a mentor that would align with you and pay your way, serve your way through. And that's a thing we need to start telling young folks these days. A lot of people don't want to serve. Right. I always tell folks sometimes the way to get to people is to volunteer. How can I help? What can I do to support? They're not using you. That's not being used. That is you being a person of value to them, or to whatever they're doing. And, for you being a media person, you've been on TV for 10 years. What are some of the lessons, you've learned on your journey as a TV host and in your media career?
Okay, before I go and answer that question, I'd like to talk about the fact that at the Game of Money conference, I launched my mentorship program. I call it Real Estate Mentorship and Mastery. I don't believe you pay for mentors. I believe that mentors give you access to themselves, but you need to pay for the mastery. So the Real Estate Mastery program is a platform to help people. It's an ambitious goal of 1 million millionaires. I know how I made money in real estate. I know what I did step by step because I got advice from a few people, created my own template and implemented it. So I want to help other people also create follow my template and replicate my results in a shorter time. So I created that. I launched it. Classes will start on the 1st of April. And I know that everybody that gets into that program one thing they will get is money is no longer a problem. They would understand how to create money by creating value and creating solution. They would know real estate. And what they do with it will take them higher. Now, concerning media, my media journey started with using the raw materials of my gifts. I like talking, I can speak, but I didn't rest on the knowledge of I like talking, I can speak. When I got into TV, I got into TV based on the fact that I can talk. But I grew and remained consistent and relevant based on the skills I added on to myself. So when I got into TVC, I did not have any background in broadcast media or any form. But in less than 2 years of being in TVC, I went to Speakers Academy. I went to Nigerian Broadcast Academy. I attended trainings online to help me groom myself to be more eloquent, to be able to deliver professionally. The late RDJ was very instrumental to training us on the show, which helped us a lot. Then another key thing I got from being in media for 10 years is you would meet a lot of people. You would have a broad base of learning. But it's not about who you meet or who you know, it's what you do with what you hear. There are people who've been in media for 15 years. They did not do anything with what they are hearing. You will interview all of the big people. You're not doing anything with it. So for me, yes, media is a leverage, but it is who you are that helps you to take advantage of the leverage. It's there. Did you step on it and make it take you higher? Some don't. I did. And I'm grateful to God for it. You know, and on a final note concerning my media journey, I would say that while in the media space, people were asking for advice. You know, we were giving opinion on things, and you don't know those things. So I went to learn life coaching with Larry. I did life coaching with Larry Olushola. I did NLP with Larry Olushola. Then I went ahead to do courses with on online on just being able to understand people, because I was interviewing people, I was advising people, and I didn't want to just advise from brain knowledge. I wanted to come with I wanted to enter into, when I'm speaking, I am not on TV as a fine face. I'm on TV on assignment that God has given me that platform to be able to change people's lives and add value. I don't want to just speak based on my brain knowledge. Everybody has their reason. People, they want to be on TV so that they can blow and be a celebrity. That's fringe benefit. That's like other things will come onto you if you seek first the kingdom of God.
Yes.
So that's the way I saw my TV platform, and I think it's instrumental to how much value I've gotten from that platform as well.
From that platform as well. And I love the part where you said that, you know, you had to ride on your relevance to stay relevant. You know, a lot of people don't know how to do that. A lot of people think it's all about popularity. And I always tell folks, popularity will get you to the door, but relevance will keep you inside. What are you doing with the resources you have? What are you doing with the network you have? You know, do you just let it go and sweep, just let it go under the carpet like that? But what you've done over the years, I mean, look at you. I'm hearing NLP. I'm hearing Larry Olushola. I am hearing Nigerian Broadcast Academy. It's intentionality, because you didn't just want to feel like, oh, hi, I'm here. I'm on TV. But you're letting people know, listen, I had to grow on the job. And that's really beautiful, because sometimes the opportunity will come. You're not expecting it, but you now need to groom yourself, because as you grow on TV, there are opportunities that would even come that are bigger than that. And if you're not prepared for it, you won't be able to take it. So thank you. While I was listening to you, I was I was picturing, you know, just having that visual mental state of seeing you on TV and the way you sit, you know, and ask, because the way you ask your questions too, you will just come pop. You know, I like the way you ask some of your questions on TV, you know, when I watch you, and not just, you know, you being eloquent, it's also you being mindful. That's another thing. I've watched a couple of times, you know, just the way you speak with guests, the way you ask those questions. And I want to ask about your mentorship program, because you said it briefly. There might be some people here who are going to watch the program even later. Perhaps they want to tap into that. Is there a link for that so I can share it on the screen right now? And how can people register for your mentorship program?
Okay, so I'm going to I'm trying to see if I can send it to you right now. Okay. I'm struggling to do that within this link, but I can send it to you after now.
Yeah, let me see. I could add it to the program, because the video is going to be on my timeline, so I can add it to the caption. So if you're watching right now and you want to be part of, you know, TMO's, you know, mentorship program, just watch out for the link, you know, after this live show, and don't just share the link, use the link, because people do that. I always tell people, before you share, use it, register first, right? So that you're not sharing your blessing house, because I do that now. The person that will just share. Then later, I think it was PF that told me, like, Esther, that thing you shared, did you register? Shared, said, what did you just share? Other people will use the thing you shared and they will run with it. You should also use it for yourself.
Yeah.
I'm telling somebody out there, when I share the link, please make sure you register, because I'm going to follow up a couple of you. I see some of my people have here. So
there's no end.
Please
there's no end to learning. There's no end to learning. I say it this way: what you earn, the amount of money in your pockets right now, is a reflection of the value that you have, or the value people think that you have. If you believe you have more value than what you are earning, then you will write a list of your skills that you currently have and see how you can monetize and earn more money. But if you look at yourself, you might realize that what you are earning is a true reflection of the value that you have. So if you want to earn more, you need to become a more valuable person. That means you need to acquire more skills. You need to do more training. Just earlier today, I signed up for a money management class. Estate planning and money management class. Why? I see myself in the next 2 years, like not even 2 years, I see myself within this year. Like, people will bring they already do that. People bring in 100 million, 50 million to say, TMO, okay, this is 30 million. Somebody sent me his goal for this year and said he wants to give me 30 million to help him invest. So I'm already managing people's money, and I'm managing it with my raw talent and skills. How about I understand how portfolio managers do it? So I'm doing a course on that. That's scaling up myself to be able to handle people's resources. So I'm doing real estate, but I can also help you manage your portfolio. I can say, bring in how much is it that you got as your gratuity? Let me help you ensure you never have to work again. And I would put the money into areas that will make you work. That is a skill I am acquiring now. Wow. In addition to the fact that I have it as a raw talent already, every level of life requires you to know the principles. I can't just go and start building a house. I'm not an engineer. I need an engineer to do it. The person spent years learning how to do it. So I have spent years doing real estate. I've studied the real estate model, and I know what worked for me. You know, some people have things that work for them, they don't know. You ask them, how did you do it? They say, it's good. I don't know. Me, I can tell you fact for fact. Every amount of money that came in, what I did before I got that money, I can tell you word for word, the adverts, the Instagram live, the Facebook, how I did it, where I did it, that the money came in. So if I say join the mentorship program, you are getting factual knowledge of what worked for me, step by step, that you can, like I said, I'm making it dummy proof for you to be successful in real estate. That no matter who you are, anybody can enter McDonald's and in 1 hour they will make burger. Because McDonald's has created a system. This you do, this you do, this you do. That's the system I'm creating for success in real estate. As a realtor, you will master being a realtor and earning as a realtor in real estate if you go through my real estate mentorship and mastery program. It's 2 weeks physical training. We'll also have the virtual version in April. And it comes with a 1-year mentorship. All through that 1 year, there will be a step-by-step daily task, weekly task, monthly task to help you achieve your goals. You'll be working with my coaches to help you evaluate what is working, what's not working. We take it off, we evaluate it, so that everybody at the end of a year of being in that program will say that my life and my finances changed.
That's powerful. And is this open to just the Nigerian audience, or folks who are, abroad can also sign up for it?
So principles are universal. Principles are universal. I have made money from people living abroad. So obviously, if you live abroad, if my knowledge in Nigeria could earn me money from those living abroad, then you living abroad can also earn money from that knowledge as well. So it is relevant to everyone. Of course, the contextual application of the principles will be domesticated to your area. Because I know for the US, you can't be a realtor without being certified. Or you can play as a real estate business person without any certification. You don't need certification to be. You can be an investor. You can build a community. You can teach. You can share. You can buy and sell without being a realtor. It depends on if you are looking at it as a business or you are looking at it as, I'm a realtor just here. So there will be knowledge for everybody that wants to understand real estate.
And permits me to ask you this, just hearing you talk, how do you manage it all? media, real estate. How do you manage?
So
What's your work-life balance like?
it's not balancing.
I like
My
that.
husband is going to he was about to knock my head. He just it's not
I just
balancing,
say
it's right
calm
there.
down.
He came It's not balancing as much as it can. But um I don't think that I want it to be easy. I want to become better. I don't want it to become easier. And I heard that quote from someone, I can't remember the person. He said, don't wish for it to get better. Don't wish for it to get easier. Wish it gets better. Uh,
Mm,
don't wish that your dream is get smaller. Wish that you get big enough to do even more than the dream.
mm,
So it's about compartmentalizing your life. It is powerful to compartmentalize your life. When I was planning for the conference, sis, even you know, anybody that talks to me, I tell them my mind right now is on the conference. I did not do anything else. Even on the show, it was every day. Well, how are you doing? I'm planning the conference. What is going on? I'm planning the conference. The only thing on my mind at that time was conference.
mm,
And take care of my family. I'm trying to lose weight, so I'm eating healthy. I pick my struggle. I pick the things that are important to me, and I focus my energy on them. And there are things I would overlook. I don't have time for friends. Me and friends we don't do girls hang out. Let's come and watch movie together. There's no time for that right now. The only time is work and family and my service to God. I put that in their priority. So you will compartmentalize.
yeah.
And when I'm done with your view, I'm done with your view. And I do it in the morning. When I enter my business, I enter my business. I do it till night. When my husband forces me to drop my phone, finally at night, I will drop the
We
phone.
drop it.
And sometimes it's a struggle, but then you build systems to help you manage it. So I
Manage.
have a maid. I have amazing parents. But I have amazing husband. This morning I wasn't on the show. He did school runs, so it allowed me to sleep. And I slept well because I had not slept very well since the conference and I needed that sleep. So having that support system and leaning on the support system is extremely important. You cannot do it all by yourself. You need people. I have
Yes.
my PA that helps with school runs because that not every day I can do pick up. Because I look at it, the time it will take me in the afternoon to go to the school and come back, I can do meetings within that time, talk to customers, review my
Yes.
business processes. So I rarely spend the time. Today I did pick up, but most days I don't do pick up anymore. I try to only do drop off in the mornings. So I still get to spend time with family, but I don't feel guilty about it because some women tend to feel guilty like, oh, I'm not spending enough time with the children. Don't worry. Just ensure you spend quality time as opposed to the quantity of the time you're spending with them.
Quality time as against quantity time. Now that's powerful. I need to pin that. I would watch this again and carve that out and put it as a quote, for someone out there. Thank you so much. I can see the passion, I love the way you're passionate about what you do. And I love the
Thank
way you
you.
talk about what you do and the way you love what you do. And the part you
Yes, I
talked
do.
about, just talking about the conference, that's you being focused on your focus. Like, this is my goal at this time, and this is the only thing I want to talk about. And I mean, the result is there. Look at the conference, look at the attendance, look at the quality of people who came to speak at the conference because they also saw the work that you put into your project. Now, the last question that I have for you today is about governance and entrepreneurship.
Hmm.
I know it's quite a sensitive question. So why do you think, good governance is essential for entrepreneurs? I mean, in the Nigerian context, of course.
In the Nigerian context, well, good an enabling environment to shorten the timeline for you to achieve any success. It will shorten the timeline. The government's policies can make it easy for you to achieve a goal or can make it difficult for you to achieve a goal. They set the environment. Wherever you find yourself, you must live by the rules in the place where you are. So for me as a Nigerian, I must live by the rules of Nigeria. And
Yes.
in living by the rules of Nigeria, the lack of structure can make my job difficult or easy.
Yes.
I'll give you an example. So I want to buy a property.
Okay.
I want to buy a legitimate property. Thank God for Lagos State working on it now. But 3 years ago, if you want to buy a property, you can have a CFO in your hand.
Yes.
and the CFO has coordinate and everything. But the coordinate on the CFO is different from the coordinate on ground. The document does not even exist in Alausa properly. And for you to prove and go through the process of checking it out, it's a long, litigious process. You might buy a property that has a court case because of the lack of proper filing system. You might not find out there's a court case until 10 years after. So there are little things of where lack of structure by the government has made doing the job and building this business difficult. So if Nigeria doesn't score high on the ease of doing business, paying your tax is complicated, registering your business used to be complicated. They are working on it right now. But there are a lot of things that if only they put the structure in place, like, people will be able to do bigger things easily. That's the thing. So good governance will make it easy for the citizens to achieve their goals. A bad government will make it tough for citizens to achieve their goals. But can you still achieve your goals 100%? You can. You can achieve those goals. It's just that the government being policy-friendly government is easier for you. Without the policy-friendly government, it's going to be, you are going to have to like swim through the challenges, but you can still achieve those goals. So right now, getting dollars for, if you are into import business, hey, it's a challenge. It's a huge challenge because getting the dollar is going to be tough, and it will put your business at a threat. But can you swim through the challenges? Yes. Is it profitable? Yes. Would you make your money? Yes. Don't let anybody deceive you. I know those of you in diaspora, they always come and lie to you. I don't have money to eat. Rice is so expensive. It's a lie. In this same country, people are clocking like I have small girls in my realtor program that are collecting 200, 500K as commission from selling. So if somebody is now coming to meet you and telling you, I don't have money to eat, just send me money for a bag of rice, it's because they have seen you as their maga that is going to fend off them. Tell them that they should go and attend the training, they should pay for a course, upscale themselves and build the resilience to be able to survive in a tough season. It's life.
I agree with you. Please go on.
Our government can do better. If we have power, life will be far easier for many people. If we have security, business will be easier for many people. I would love to have a palm oil plantation in Benin, in Edo State. It's something that is top on my list of activities. But when I think about the stories you keep hearing back and forth, you will now look back and say, okay, am I ready for this now? Okay, maybe not now immediately. Maybe I should give myself the next few months to see how things go. But I want to do it. It's just that you also need to watch everything, watch the market, watch the insecurity challenges within that area, watch how the government responds to it before you put your investment there. So, but that you will still achieve your goal, you would achieve your goal. And my sister, I'm going to tell you when I launch the palm oil project in Edo State. I will let you know, because we will do it. It's not that we are just compartmentalizing to do the things that we can within our reach right now before we now do others.
That's powerful. I want to like retrace back to when you use the keyword CFO. That was the word in my home for a long time because my mom worked at the Ministry of Lands in Lagos State for many years before she retired. So words like surveyor, allocation, CFO, they were keywords that I heard while I was growing up, and it was like a constant thing. And because I had a mom who was she is an active listener. So I would sit to my mom and she would tell me, we went for this allocation here today in Lekki. Oh, we went. So while you were talking about some of those challenges, I wasn't at the forefront, but I had somebody who was working, and I quite understand where you're coming from. Now for the palm kernel, I'm really excited about that because that sounds like a good business. And I know the Edo part is from your husband. I know it's from Edo State.
It's from Edo, and that's what they do there. They have it in abundance. You need to understand the terrain because that area is palm oil all the way from Edo to Delta. They are big on palm oil, and it is a major cash cow, just like Ondo used to be big on cocoa as a major cash cow. And I have cousins who still make most of their money from cocoa exports. today.
Wow.
I have my friends in Ogbomoso who are doing cashew plantation, and I'm a partner with them as well. So Nigeria is blessed. Let's just look within where we are and find the problem we can solve it, and you would see cash flow to you.
Cash flow. Amazing. Thank you so much
Mhm.
for sharing this powerful nuggets today. Look at me. This is
Thank
Masterclass
you.
101. 101 on real estate, entrepreneurship.
Yes.
I've been inspired by your lived experience, your story, and your journey, and the trajectory of you just managing everything together from real estate to entrepreneurship and media. What would you consider, as the highest, level of, I don't know how to word this, because you're doing three things now. I'm trying to check what's that one thing in everything you do that you would say when you wake up every morning, has become your driving force. Like, okay, this thing is my driving force. Is it the reward from the work? Is it the impact you're making, or the money?
Okay, so hmm, I said it earlier that I've always known that my life is not about me,
Mm-hmm.
that I am created to solve the problems of people. I
Mm-hmm.
love all that I do, and they are all intertwined. Through
Mm-hmm.
media, I'm adding value to life. Through real estate, I'm adding value to life. Through my social media, whatever I do, I'm adding value to life. So the bedrock of all is I am living an impactful life. And I
Mm-hmm.
found a way where my impact brings me resources without harming those who are giving me those resources.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that contributes financially to me would
Mm.
never say, "Oh, why did I send money to TMO or to TMO's business or something?"
Mm.
Or everyone, they will be thanking me. They will pay me finish and say thank you. That's the way I've designed my life.
Mm.
I will finish doing, I will collect your money very well. And then you will not say, TMO, thank you. You are the one that paid me, but you'll be saying thank you to me. That's the way I've had my life. And I feel very blessed and privileged to be able to live that kind of life where I am intentionally, everything I'm doing is what I want to do, and
Mm-hmm.
it is adding value at the scale I want to.
You want it. Amazing. Thank
Mhm.
you so much. Thank you to everyone who joined as well. Like I said, I'll be sharing the link, and I will share it with my community as well. The real estate
Thank you.
mentorship. Everybody has to make money this year. No complaint,
Mm-mm.
and I understand, because I'm always very mindful when it comes to people's needs, especially at a trying time like this. However, you can also skill up instead of asking people for handovers. Skill up. I would say skill up. When I found out during COVID that somebody had made over 500,000 from giveaway, I, I think till date that thing still bothers me. Like 500,000, like from other people's money on the internet, because the person who gave the 5,000, 10,000 might not even have 500,000 naira in their account. And there is somebody who is money smart who has said, listen, I have a plan. And when I read that tweet that year, I just said to myself, listen, everything is business at the end of the day. You just have to be wise. So for everyone who is going through a hard time, genuinely, I'm sending love to you. However, please, when you meet people of value, let them know what you can have, how you can complement what they're doing, right? Don't go inbox and beg for the 1,000 and the 2,000 and the 3,000, from them. Instead, ask them what value you can bring on board and how you can gain from what they are offering. Right, because that way, when you gain knowledge, it's bigger than money. You can use that knowledge to make more money. If I give you 5,000 today, within 1 hour, you might spend that money. But if you get knowledge from me, believe me, I'm interested in what Tope is doing, for example. So when the whole mentorship, you see the way I'll carry it on my head on Facebook, you all will see. Because everybody has to make money, right? And we don't want women to be seen as the people who are always needy. We don't want the suffering and smiling story. It's stale now. You got to move from being a strong woman to a thriving woman. I'm going to send that video to you. It was a video I watched yesterday, and it was so powerful. Like, some people don't be okay with being a survival person. Don't be okay with survival mode. thrive wherever you are, and be intentional about making money this year. TMO, thank you so much for your time. Any final words, for young people
Thank
out
you,
there
sis.
who want to go into your business, or just for anybody who has watched you on TV and they're inspired by what you do, just something to encourage them before we round up.
My final words would be that the human potential, human beings are limitless. There is nothing a human being set their mind to do they cannot do. Human beings created the ability for human beings to fly. That wasn't the way we were wired. So somebody that is going to space, somebody is designing a car that does not need petrol, somebody is designing a car that runs, like everything you set your mind to do is possible.
Yes.
So my final words be, remove a limiting belief, remove any limit from your mind. Remove that limit that you are in Nigeria is not a cost, that you are in Canada is not a problem, that you are in America is not the problem. The problem is if you believe there is a limit to what you can achieve, and there is no limit to what you can achieve. If you can dream it, put in the work, you would achieve it. Whether you have 0 or you have 1 billion to start, you can achieve anything in any industry. I'm 3 years in real estate. And you can also achieve the same result even in a shorter time. And you can pick your own field. You can pick HR. You can pick hairstyling. You can pick fashion design. You can pick shoemaking. Any field that you commit yourself to. Once you can dream the possibilities and take away limits from your mind, you can achieve it. Thank you so much, Esther. I'm very, very grateful. Bless you, my sister.
Thank you for your time. Thank you. Have a beautiful one. And don't forget to send me the link, please, so folks can register.
I will right away.
All right. Have a good one. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.